Hello. Let me put this down here again.
Howdy doody, Judy tooty.
It'd be nice if it kept it where it's supposed to be. There we go. That'll work. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel again. Oh boy. I'm ready for the cold weather to be over with. Because it's not so bad. If you're going to be cold, be cold. Mm-hmm. Don't go and say, hey, today we're going to be in the 80s. Tomorrow we're going to be in the 20s.
And this weekend we're going to be in the 70s.
Yeah, same here. Going to be in the 70s, and then I think Monday it's supposed to drop back down into the 40s.
I don't know whether to move to the Bahamas or move to Canada.
Yeah, I don't mind the gradual going up, you know. And I was watching a study on global warming and all that stuff, and these two experts say they wanted to, you know, the groups of people who say global warming, we're going to die, you know, all this stuff. They take the study from the beginning of, they take it where they want to. So they say global warming has gone way up since the 1950s. Well, it has. But how long has the Earth been here? It's been here for a while. Now, if you take that and you go back to the 1800s, it was actually going down, and then it did go up, but that's only a short period of time. But if you go back 1,000 years, we're actually going low. If you look over the whole period of time, it's actually going down. And there's a point for the carbon footprint or whatever. I think it's like right now we're 182 or 1.8 or something like that. And if it goes below the 150 mark, plants die. They don't have enough carbon and carbon dioxide and all that stuff. So the fact that we are actually getting at that number is very dangerous. We need more global warming. We don't need less. We actually need more, because the more that produces, it's not producing heat. It's producing other stuff that the world needs. And the way they want, of course, you know, there's bad pollution and stuff. I mean, go to LA and try to see the other side of the other side of the city. You don't see it. It's better than it used to be, but yeah. And that's kind of almost the subject tonight, is with the fakeness, and it's whatever the agenda they want to run. They figure out a way, in most cases, to make their graphs and everything work to their advantage. Like I said, if you look from, say, the 1950 to now, it looks like, you know, carbon footprint is way up. You know, it's climbing crazy, you know. It's skyrocketing. But if you go back 200 years or 1,000 years, we're going way low. We're below the normal what we should be. And that's kind of like in our news when, like, BBC, they cut up Trump's speech to make it sound like he told everybody to go attack the Capitol building. He didn't, but if you ask people, especially certain people, that's the only part they hear. Oh, he told everybody to go attack this. Told everybody to do this and that. And the fact being, he never said this, but most people take it as a gospel. Oh, they wouldn't lie. It's the news. That news companies don't lie. It actually didn't explode. It actually hit. They showed, and they actually have it all where press is not allowed there, evidently, in the crater or whatever it's called. It was only 6 feet wide.
Oh, they probably lie about it anyway.
Yeah. And one of the things I wanted to talk about and get everybody's input on this was the Israel dude, Netanyahu, or whatever the heck his name is, that I can never pronounce. The thing is, I got messages, I got emails saying they got certain proof that he's actually dead. Oh, I have a friend that has a friend that his cousin seen him dead, and this and that, and all over YouTube. I've got all the deep secrets. He's really dead. Nobody's seen him for a month and this and that. And I'm like, I don't believe anything, especially when it comes out like boom, that fast. And you see everybody, it's like, if you ever watch the videos or even the cartoons of them throwing a ham into a lake of piranhas, it seems like as fast as everybody can, they want to get that story out and don't care if it's true or not. Yeah.
You know how that's true? It's because all of these big YouTubers with the giant channels,
yeah,
it's got to put that thing. They always got to put that line in. Hey, I told you about this 4 or 5 months ago, or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I told you, and it's just like,
and again,
pound sand.
There you go. That's false. He's alive. There's a video of him. You can go watch the video, and why they have to test it to make sure it's not fake. They did. He even puts his hands up. I've got 10 fingers. He went and bought a cup of coffee, and made a joke about it. I'm dying for a cup of coffee, and sat there, talk to the reporter, and then went on his way. There's so many, and I'm not saying that, he doesn't have a body double or he's not been
AI
gone for a long time. It's just the fact that, and it's just not our media anymore. It's YouTubers. And what do I always say whenever I come up with something and I find something on the internet and I dig for it and stuff? don't believe me. Don't believe any YouTuber you see on TV, YouTube, or whatever. Do your own research. Just don't go in. That's the first thing you see is you see that headline, and then you tell it to somebody else, and then it spreads all over like wildfire. There's so much of it now. It's what do you believe? And that's the scary part is, anytime there's a study out, anytime look at eggs. How many times has eggs been good for you? And then how many times have they been bad for you?
Yeah, like wine.
It's, what do you believe? Now, there's multiple reasons why eggs are bad for you, and it's not because of the chicken. It's because of what they give the chicken and what they feed them, and where they're pinned up in. Yeah, the half of what you see is probably getting pretty bad now because so many different AI stuff going out, and most places when you click that button, like if you're a creator, there's a section down there. Is any part of your broadcast or anything, is it AI? The imagery or anything. And if you don't click that, eventually your channel will be gone. There's a lot of people doing this. I forget what it's called, but the AI music, where it's a singer and everything. They have a singer singing it and the whole shebang. You just tell it, well, I want to make a song of my YouTube channel, and it goes and checks out your channel, and then it creates a song about your channel. And there are a lot of people using it right now and don't know the rights of using it in the first place, because they don't own, even though they clicked the button and told them, yes, even thumbnails, you have to put it for thumbnails. It's because even Canva has like taking out a background and stuff. It uses AI to take the background out. So technically, like, I still have to click the button AI, even though most of the stuff I do for making my thumbnails and stuff, it's still me doing it, but I use a service that uses AI, so I still have to select the feature. It's when you upload a video, or when you set up, well, see, StreamYard, you can't do it through StreamYard, so you actually have to go into the customization of the live and select that button. So it's, unless you're setting, doing it and drawing it out by hand and then taking a picture of it or something, you almost have to put in AI, because everything is used with AI nowadays. And eventually, how many times have you watched a video where you see a little floating watermark? A watermark is like a little logo that's within it that said created by AI. That's what you're going to start seeing on a lot of the YouTube channels and everything. That's where they're going with it, because of the liability of AI now. And say you use AI to make an image or a thumbnail. Well, you don't own that image. The software that you use to make that image is the owner of that image. So by rights, say you make $1 million off of that image, whatever it might be. You can make a t-shirt. Say you made a t-shirt and you sold 1 million of them. They can come back and say, where's my cut? I'm the one, my program actually made that. My AI made that. So you're liable for all that money. So all that money would have to go back to that company that made the AI. And that's where everything's going now. So I would be, if you're a creator or anything, be very careful using AI, because in the next few months, you're going to start seeing a lot more from YouTube about AI. They haven't cracked down yet, but they will. And what's her name? Desert Living did a video about using the AI, for making intros and stuff, and actually contacted a lawyer and stuff and asked what the rules and stuff was on using those, and who actually owns the song, the rights to use the song. And it's the company, the AI company that you use to create it. You could have the idea and you could change the lyrics and all that stuff, but you don't own it. Just like when I upload a video to YouTube, I don't own it. It's not mine. YouTube actually owns it as soon as I upload it. Just like the live streams and everything. Once it's on their platform, it's theirs. That's the reason why they can nitpick out of which videos they keep up and stuff. Because I'll go to my videos and I'll go back to when I first started, and I'll take a thumbnail, or I'll take a screenshot of the first page, and then I'll go back a month or 2 months and I'll look and see which videos are still here. And they delete my videos without asking me or telling me. And I tell them about it. They don't do anything about it. Oh, must have been a glitch or something. You have to tell us within 24 hours when a video gets deleted. I'm like, well, how do I know when videos get deleted? Why don't you tell me you're deleting them? We don't have to. So,
their rules, huh? They do.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's their platform. They can do whatever they want to do. I mean, we do have a little bit of rights, but not much. And we can always go to somewhere else, but there's not that many people in other platforms, so to speak.
Right. Hello, Buster. Hello, 101.
There are, and kind of go back to the subject at hand. Think about how many videos on the other platforms and on X or Twitter or whatever have you seen of our ships, our airplanes being shot down and stuff? Have you guys seen any of those videos?
I told you earlier, I've not seen the news in
Well, I'm not saying news. Just,
Yeah.
just looking through videos, looking for cooking videos or whatever, and then pop
The
up.
most recent one I saw, which was allegedly friendly fire. I saw the F-16 coming down.
Yeah.
I'm not even seeing.
That was it.
The majority of that stuff is coming out of Iran.
Oh yeah. They've got a big propaganda campaign. They always have.
Yeah. And if you look at the activity of, there's websites that you can track the activity of the bad people on the internet. Read between the lines. It is going crazy right now from China, Iran, Israel, and Russia. Going crazy right now. And I'm not saying one's worse than other or anything like that. And a lot of it is being directed toward United States, UK. Well, I don't know why. Australia is another one that's getting hammered with it. And a lot of it is these videos being spammed all over the place. And to get, that's what it is. It's to get the morale of the country against Trump and what's going on over there.
Yep.
And anytime they post, and the sad thing is there are people that watch these videos. Oh no. And as soon as they do, they go live and saying, look, our ship and World War III is getting ready to start. That's the big thing.
Boy,
That's the big headline. We've been in World War III for how many years? 5 years now?
Yeah, at least.
And
I'm like this right here. I will believe we are in World War III when the first one hits here. Then I'll believe it.
yeah, because what was it? The big one, the big ship we just got over there. I forget what the name of it was.
The Ford?
Oh
no, that's down in Venezuela.
See, I probably shouldn't have said anything. Well, it's out there anyway. So we had a ship hanging out by Taiwan. It's not there no more. At the time, well, I should say it didn't, they said it didn't have protection.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Just because you don't see it floating next to it doesn't mean they don't have protection.
No, they got fish.
And they got to their destination, and evidently there's videos out there that one plane blew up that big ship.
Huh.
Which is funny. I laugh so much when I seen that. If you guys ever seen some of the stuff that happened to our ships during World War II, they had bombers bombing our big ships. And I'm not talking about Pearl Harbor. I'm talking actual battles. And they didn't sink. Now you get one little measly jet shooting a couple rockets off, you're going to get some damage and stuff, but it's not going to sink them unless it's, a big one, and that guy's not, that little MiG is not going to be carrying one of those big bombs. Hey, Jan.
I don't think he can get off
There's
the ground.
Dan and there's Lori. Hey, Lori.
Hey, Lori. Yeah, you just have to be careful what you watch now. And you can, I don't have very good hearing now, but I can still hear people when I'm in the store or something. They'll be bringing up a conversation about something, and it's like, why do people believe this stuff? And and sometimes you really get into it. I mean, it's almost like, remember how bad 101 used to get into the boards and stuff?
Yeah.
That's what it seems like people does with the news. And again, it doesn't have to be, Channel 8 on your TV. Because they're all owned by the same company.
Sure.
Everybody says, "Oh, I don't watch CNN. I only watch Fox." They're the Associated Press thing or whatever it's called. They're still owned by the same shareholders.
They getting to be about as bad.
Yeah.
Jan, what we having for supper tonight?
Hey, Harvest. Yeah, it's some of the stuff that I see.
Yes, Tasha, they are.
It's well, with all the Ukraine and Russia stuff that was going on during the hype of it. I mean, there's still a lot of stuff going on with that. That little doofus guy over there, he blocked UK and them from delivering oil to friendly people over there, friendly countries. He was blocking that. He was doing the blockade thing for that. I'm like, dude, they gave you a bunch of millions and millions of dollars, billions, and you're blocking them. But that didn't, that wasn't big news. And that's the other thing. It surprises me on our news that we do receive. They only want us to see what they want us to see.
Exactly.
There's tons of different news out there. I'm sure everybody knows about the New York thing going on. Well, I should say, because there's a lot of stuff going on in New York. Sorry, Grace. But you see the hero cop that tackled the dude that's been going crazy now. Maybe nobody's seen it. I don't know. But
I'm going to.
You see this guy threw homemade devices down and lit them. That's how primitive it was, and threw it and started running, and they ended up getting him. But people seen certain devices in his hands and were yelling it out and stuff. But the scary part is that cops are always going to do that. Cops are always, they don't think about themselves. I'll say the majority of them. There were a couple cops running, but the majority of them will try to save lives. They'll run to what they say, run to fire instead of running away from fire. Right. So they went and they tackled him, and a few others jumped on him. The only other people that were around there was
Yeah.
and filming it. They got to have that story, and it's sad that the majority of these stories won't be broadcasted out there. It's, oh, our gas prices are so high, it's all Trump's fault. And I'm like, wait a minute. Our gas prices are still lower than it was 3 years ago.
But it's still high for now.
We're still not up to where it was when who was
True. I'm
in
not
the house. It is going up. That's it happens during these things. Just like when stuff was going on in Ukraine, our gas prices went up and then it went back down again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's people, oh, Trump is going to release all this oil and our prices are going to go down. And then it's going to triple when we run out of that gas.
Now, correct me on this right here, okay? Didn't they just open up a oil line from the West Coast to the East Coast? I heard something about that.
I just heard that an oil line was opened up on the West Coast. Didn't say where it was going.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So.
Okay. But
and again, and this is thing that start because I don't like blurting out a bunch of stuff, but one of the things, and I don't know if anybody else has heard this, but it's in production that we're going to have like down in Texas, there are new refineries being built.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so good. Everybody's heard that then. So we can do more of that stuff here. Instead of being like the last guy, send it all the way to China to get refined and send it back to us. Why? Imagine, and that's the thing that irritates me, that, these, and I hate to say it, but I'll watch cooking videos, and if I see them cooking with great value, everything, great value this, great value that, that's all they shop is Walmart. And it's always the cheap stuff that comes from China. And you'll hear them complaining about this and that, about, China this, but your whole food was all the canned food and stuff. And, oh, I made a great meal. That's fine every once in a while, but like, grow your own food, go to local farms, go to local farmers markets, get that stuff, because it's grown here. We don't have to, and that's the other thing. Everybody's complaining about the tariffs thing, which all that billions of money that we got back or saved, it's still sitting somewhere that we know of, allegedly, and nobody knows what to do with it. Do we give it back? No, you don't give it back. But you can just imagine what I think will happen with it. It'll eventually get back into, our government needs raises. The House hasn't had a raise in 13 days, so we need a raise now. Let's divvy up those billions of dollars. And the fact that nobody said anything about these tariffs except for, the haters and stuff. The government officials never said anything until Trump said he was going to give that money to the public. And then, oh, no, that's illegal. Let's take it to court. And then got it overturned. So now we have all this money just sitting there, not doing anything, when it could be used for so much good.
Tasha, we don't have a farmer's market here where I live at. I mean, they call it one, but it ain't but two vendors.
Yeah, ours is arts and craft. They say farmer's market, but where's the farmers at?
So. Oh, Dana Boo, really? Come to find out, there is such a thing as a cucamelon.
Yep. It's a little cucumber. It looks like a watermelon.
Or watermelon that looks like a cucumber. One of the two. I have had, I've got about $30 worth of seeds missing. I cannot find them whatsoever. That means I'm going to have to break down and buy more seeds. Even my pineapple tomatoes have gone.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't. I need to figure out what I'm doing with that. I don't know what I'm going to be. I haven't thought about what I'm planting.
Well, I'm going to tell you,
read that.
My son came down last Saturday, with his tractor. And I'm going to tell you like this. I got a big garden space this year. And
yeah, I've seen it.
Take advantage of it.
Yeah. I wish I had that much space. Boy, I'd be having fun. I'd be out there right now.
I figure I had maybe what?
Yeah, those things are horrible, ain't they? The new lights that we have to use.
Who was it that was talking about if you can find an old school light bulb, buy them up. Get rid of the LED lights.
Yeah. Yeah. Because those things the electric company comes in and about once every couple of years and says, you qualify for the program where you can come in and put light bulbs in. And they come in with the cases of light bulbs and they replace all the light bulbs with these light bulbs that never go bad. And they go bad about every 3 months or so or quicker. And I said, well, I told him, I said, well, if these never go bad, why do you guys keep coming back and replacing them?
Well, now I'm gonna
you qualify for this program, and I understand that, but if they never go bad, why are you guys buying more to put back in here again? Oh, that's up to the people down at the office. I don't know. I just come out here and do this.
Now I've got one LED bulb in the bathroom for the mirror out of 4. And I installed that one probably about 5 or 6 years ago, and it still works. But that ain't being that for the rest of them.
Yeah.
I hear music.
Music?
Yeah.
I don't. What kind of music is it?
Kind of like I don't know, late 70s, early 80s music.
Hmm.
With this 10-year-old house, there's no regular light bulbs. Snapping light bulbs. Oh, like the what do they call that? Pocket ones. They're
Oh,
incest into the ceiling or the walls.
reset
And
light.
they have that plug-in things. And the thing is, they're supposed to be more efficient.
Take 2 spark plugs, 2 wires, a light socket, and put the plugs in salt water, and you got light.
Yeah. Now, I will say there are some, and I'm not saying do this throughout your whole house, but there are light bulbs that will draw off electricity, because if your power goes off, these will still work for a certain amount of time, and they're good to have in your lamps, because they have a battery up in there that will stay going for like 8 to 10 hours.
Okay.
So those, I don't see them being bad, because you're going to have a lamp. I assume people still have lamps and stuff by your couch or something. You remember the old clicker where you turn it to turn your lamps on?
Got 2, one on each end of the couch.
And the little push button one that slid over to the other side that turned it on.
Yeah.
But you put those rechargeables in there, and then if you're, a storm or something comes and the power goes off, you just go over there and turn them on, and you got light in the house for 8 hours.
Or the clapper.
Yeah.
The light bulb you talking about, I cannot find them. I have looked for
Yeah. You probably get them on
eBay.
Amazon. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check into them. Cause
I don't have any anymore because, yeah, kind of the same reason, kids. I do miss them though, not so much the big ugly shades. I was watching my uncle back in the 80s. He used to be a big fan of these oil lamps, where the oil would get pumped up into these fishing line, and it would drip down the fishing line.
I know
There'd be
exactly
like a little statue in the middle, and then it would look like it was raining all around there. And he had them things all over the place. I'm not talking about a lava lamp, just these. I don't even know what they're called, but it had fishing lines, and the oil would run down the fishing lines over and over again.
run down in beads.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bead lamp? I don't know.
Yeah. And I seen it at the antique place, and they were wanting $700 for that thing. And I'm like, dang.
Should have kept your uncles.
Yeah, I should have got some of my uncle's old, because he had them. There were some that would hang from the ceiling, and the lamp ones, and he was a big fan of those. Anything big and ugly, it was, that he loved that stuff.
See, even Jennifer's backing me up on what I said about the plugs in salt water.
Yeah, I think we were talking about that. We don't see infomercials anymore. Well, at least I don't, because I don't.
Thank God.
I don't know if does anybody still have cable TV to where they get commercials and stuff. I still get commercials on channels that but it's usually the same commercial over and over again.
Now, regular TV, over the air TV on certain channels late at night, that's all they show.
Infomercials?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I remember real late at night, they used to have this guy on there selling coins and stuff. Get this commemorative coin and or knives. He'd have a bunch of knives and they were all junk. But
yeah. But you getting somebody who's wanting to make a couple of dollars at the flea market or something like that. Half of them people don't know what junk is. They'll buy them for $3 or $4.
Yeah.
Wrong code. That was some of the commercials.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got them. They got the jewelry.
The Ginso knife.
Yeah. Last for a lifetime. Whose lifetime? Mine or theirs?
Who still has one?
Yeah. But yeah.
Never need sharpening. And the nut guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Or the slap chopper or whatever it was called.
That's what it was called, a slap chopper. Did he die on an airplane?
No, that was what was his name? He was the OxyClean guy too. But yeah, he died on the airplane. I forget his name, but he bumped his head.
Yeah.
And he ended up having a stroke.
I think his name was Billy Mays.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, didn't they hit an air pocket in order for him to bump his head?
It was during a takeoff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he just hit his head, and it wasn't bad, and he had a stroke.
Yeah, I remember the Chichilla pets. If you ever walk into a house and see two Chichilla pets, turn around and walk out. I forgot who said that, but it made sense to me. Just like when you're in the South and walk in somebody's kitchen, I guarantee you there's going to be bacon grease or hog jaws.
Yeah. I never had a Chichilla plant either. I was always wondering about that. I seen one at the Goodwill, and I was like, oh, nah. I mean, if I did, I'd probably put like oregano on it or something instead of chia or whatever the plant.
You're talking about chia pet?
Yeah.
They took it off the shelves. They had one fancied after Obama.
Oh, really?
That'd be a good one to have.
No, it really existed. It grew into a
probably worth some money.
Yep.
Because you can grow a big.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was the Bob Ross version. This was the Obama version.
What? No hair?
I got a Hillary version too with a rope.
I ain't going there with that comment. Here we go again. You saying stuff, and I'm saying, I ain't going there. Quit doing that to me, Eric.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Mr. Jeff.
You cannot use that term either. I use that one on the wife all the time.
No, as my under my name says, I admit nothing.
All right, you got me on that one. Look, I found out quite a few years back, during a marriage, to make your wife happy, you only need to know 2 words. Yes, dear.
Yes, dear.
What's hers is hers, and what yours is hers. That's it.
Well, now, unless you got 2 billfolds.
Well, then you're hiding money.
I ain't saying nothing to that.
Yeah, Billy Mays, his thing was that, and OxyClean was this big thing.
No, he did the Flex Seal too.
Yeah, you remember the show where they was teaching people how to do that? Him and the other guy that took over for him.
Yeah,
they did a show of infomercial announcers or host or whatever, and that I don't think they got through the season before when he did die.
Be charming. It's starting to tick my wife off too. I'll tell you what's fun. Okay, go to a party and put you some pretty good amount of saran wrap in your pocket. When you go to the bathroom, just cover the seat up with saran wrap and wait for the first person to start screaming.
Yeah, I did that in my house once. Once.
Yeah.
Never did it again.
I did
Well,
that.
now, you don't think I'm going to do it in my own house, do you?
Oh, it's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious.
For about 30 seconds until she comes running out there and with the broom.
That's why
Chasing it through the house.
That's why you wait till a bunch of people is there. Because all of you can deny it. But if you really want a good one, go to the store and buy you a rubber snake and get you some string. That way at nighttime, close the toilet lid so when they raise it up, a snake jumps out at them. Or
Yeah.
at the door.
Yeah, we had a rat in the toilet. Because we used to do a Halloween party and a bunch of people would come over and we'd put one of them rubber rats inside the toilet and put a string on it. And then when you open it up, the rat would pop out and you had music on and you could still hear the person scream.
Every time.
or another one was the cooler. People would reach in to get a beverage and have a snake on it tied to a string. When it opens up, the snake jumps out like that. They go flying.
You got too many commercials on them.
I don't. That's YouTube.
That's about the 8th one.
8 commercials already?
Yeah. Where's your money at?
Go ask them. I haven't been paid from YouTube this year. That's how bad my channel's gotten.
Tammy, the guys for the male type audience, They have no idea how true that saying is. If mama ain't happy, nobody's happy. Trust me, that's true. That's why, yes, dear, always comes in handy.
Well, nowadays the women are more manlier than the
Men,
I don't even call them men, the boys.
I don't know, but I can't say what I do call them on the air.
None of them work, and who takes and the girlfriend, or God forbid the wife, takes care of them by and they don't drive. They don't even go out and get a driver's license.
Tasha, no. But now that's a crying shame when a woman gets out there and can cut a whole cord of wood by axe, and the guy can't even do
can't even stack it.
logs. Yeah.
The men are inside watching the furries. Well,
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, there are some people that wear the hoodie that has a hat on the ears and stuff, and then there are people that use a litter box and go crawling around and go meow meow to the person, and there's a difference to me.
Again, I can't say what I want to.
I think we went way past the Twilight Zone. We're in the next galaxy. I think the Twilight Zone was normal compared to where we're at now.
Rod Stewart's probably better off. He ain't living no more.
And that one, the lady that just idle Whoopi Goldberg said living in the United States nowadays is like living in Iran.
Get out.
I would literally take my money and buy her a one-way plane ticket over there for what, 60 days. I guarantee you.
Wouldn't make it.
She could go live with Rosie.
I mean, you sit there and think.
Rosie ain't over there. She is in Ireland. And that guy is talking about throwing her out.
Yeah. Well, you sit there and think people in Iran went out and protested. 40,000 of them are no more because they protested. Do you see 40,000 people in the United States being deleted by the government?
I don't see 400 being deleted by the government for that.
Yeah, they complain because there are government employees gathering up people who are breaking the law, because it is against the law to come in this country without the proper paperwork. It's against the law.
Wait a minute, Linda, I didn't say Rosie was Irish. Okay, I'm done.
It's the people has it so hard in this country.
Yeah.
Whoopi, excuse me.
It's got nothing to do with what's going on. It's got to do with the fact that Trump is in office.
That's it.
Yes. The village idiot from Kenya, he was known as the deporter in chief. He deported over 2 million people during his 8 years. Trump isn't even nowhere near 1 million yet, okay? And Barack Hussein Obama engaged count them, 7 different countries with military action. And the Democrats in Congress, they said peep. They said nothing. This is all about Trump. It's all about they hate his guts. It's got nothing to do with war or this and that. It's all a bunch of horse shit. Period.
Yeah, and you sit there and think about the tariffs, and Iran should have been taken care of 5-6 presidents ago.
Quite a few things should have happened.
Both issues should have been done many moons ago. And people complain about, oh, our prices are going up. Then make it here. Cut the middleman out and do it here.
Keep our money here in the States instead of sending it overseas. You know.
And I didn't know he said it until I'd just seen it a couple days ago. But whenever the vote came down and they, the tariffs were put back where they were, I thought to myself, I wonder how much China paid them. Allegedly. Because, like I said, now you know why it hasn't been done in how many years.
We have a corrupt.
Maybe trying to think. I know poor Carter, he didn't. Probably before Carter. It's been unfair. The tariffs have been unfair for a long time, as far as I can remember.
Now, I hate to say it, I can't remember past Carter. Okay. I mean, the only one I can remember before Carter was, damn, I can't even remember him now. Kennedy. But I know between Kennedy and Carter, there was quite a few.
Yeah, you forget about Nixon then there after Kennedy.
Now, I thought Nixon was after Carter.
After Carter? No.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
When Nixon resigned, Gerald Ford took was his VP. He took over.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't exactly resign.
Sure, he did.
Hello, Jan. Yeah, but he was made to. I'll put it like that. But now, I'm sorry. Nixon should have been hung. And all these people getting on YouTube and X and other places talking about President Trump, what they'd like to do. They're starting to get payback on that, on camera.
Yeah. Well, you were saying Kennedy, there's Johnson was after him, and then Nixon, and then Ford, Carter, Reagan. Reagan was in the 80s, so I always remember Reagan.
Yeah, well, it was Reagan, then it was Papa Bush, then it was Clinton, then it was W twice.
Yeah.
The only reason I remember Carter is because I went to school with a boy named Jimmy Carter. Me and him always got into trouble together. That's how I remember Carter.
I remember, wasn't it Carter's brother that made the
Billy beer?
Yeah, non-alcoholic beer. I remember somebody went to a party and somebody brought in a case of that, and this guy got wasted.
I don't think it was non-alcoholic.
I thought it didn't have any alcohol in it at all, but
some of one did, one did not.
Well, this evidently didn't, because we were laughing at him because he got drunk off of it. Didn't have any alcohol in it, and anytime he came to a party, we give him water and tell him be careful.
Dude, that's the worst thing you can drink if you've been drinking liquor.
Dang, was it? Jeez, that's in 77. Marketed with special formula and signature aimed to. Everybody described it as terrible, I guess. I never had it. I'm like, to me, I don't understand the reasoning behind it. Why, if you're going to drink a beer, it might as well have alcohol in it.
Yeah.
Because why would you drink it if it didn't? It's kind of the same thing process on the coffee, but I understand why people drink decaffeinated coffee. It's because they want the coffee, but they don't want the caffeine.
Right.
But, the beer thing, I'm like, just have a Dr. Pepper.
Ugh. Now, hang tight, okay? When I go buy a beer, I look for the non-alcohol beer to cook with.
Oh, well, why would you buy a case of it, man?
Okay.
I can see buying a, and that's another thing I don't see. The 90s was the 40s. The 40s were a big deal. Nowadays you see them other the fancy drinks with the which I like the iced tea ones.
Well,
it tastes better than beer.
Yeah, Tasha, you're not drinking the right beer. Dr. Pepper's hard.
Cherry wine tastes better than any of them.
Yeah, it's expensive.
In a glass bottle.
Yes. Beer has to be ice cold too, so it almost burns your throat. It's so cold.
Yeah, that's the thing with the 40s. I didn't understand, because I would rather have the small bottle of beer and it be cold, and I get another cold one right after it, and then have that big bottle that halfway through it's warm.
I never had a problem with 12-ounce bottles because they weren't around. Gurgle, gurgle. Beer smells like pee. Give me a break.
Back in your day, did you prefer aluminum or glass?
Oh, man.
No, glass.
Glass bottles. Okay. We used to drink the Bud Nips, too. They were little 8-ouncers.
Or little ponies.
Or the little Mickeys.
Yeah. But I mean, it was an 8-pack. It wasn't a 6-pack. But you go through them in a half hour. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, Larry.
With 15 minutes. I was more of a guzzler than I was anything else.
Mm-hmm.
I think the very first beer I started drinking, and people's gonna puke on this one, was Schlitz malt liquor.
Yep.
That was the first
That
beer.
wasn't my favorite, but I remember Schlitz.
Yeah. Oh, after I graduated to Bud, and there's another one out now. I like it, but
Bush Light.
no,
That's a poor man's beer. He can't afford Budweiser. He went to Bush Light.
exactly. You know, you see more alcoholics drink light beer than any other beer.
What was
Oh,
that?
yeah.
What was that one cheap beer that started with an M?
Michelob,
No, that's not a cheap beer.
Miller.
No.
Old Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's one of them, but there was another one.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
No.
I tell you what, Old Milwaukee Draft, that's some of the best beer you'll drink, or it used to be.
It used to be. I was going to say not no more. Here, let me see.
What was it? Went to a bar one night. I put 15 of them down back to back.
Okay, we got Lone Star, Pabst Blue Ribbon, Coors. Coors is not so much the cheap beer now either.
I remember when Coors first came to North Carolina, was legal.
Rolling Rock, that's kind of not cheap beer either.
No, that's a pale ale. That's actually quite good.
Yeah. What used to be, I don't know anymore.
Corona.
There's Natural Light too, Ultra Light. I should probably put cheap beer in the 80s.
I'll be back in a second. I got to go take a shot.
God, that's going to bother me now. I know it started with an M.
Natty?
No.
Yeah, Pabst Blue Ribbon, Old Milwaukee, Schaefer's Red, White, and Blue, Wiedelmann's, the Stubby bottle beer. I don't know what that was. Here, let me look at pictures, images. Okay. Old Milwaukee, Keystone, Olympia, Schaefer's. I remember that one. Keystone. I think I said that already.
I'm not seeing it in here. Last one they have down is Molson, but that's Canadian beer.
One beer I used to like was Red Dog because it had twice the alcohol in it.
Yeah.
And I got real used to it.
After 6 or 7 of them, it didn't matter anyway. So.
Yeah, they all taste the same. But I remember when they came out with the wine coolers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had to go out and buy them quite often for the Queen.
The Scottish ale. I forget. Oh yeah, Miller High Life was another one. It's Miller time. You remember when you used to see the beer commercial?
Oh sure, all the time.
Yeah. Then, or you remember when? Oh yeah, Michelob. That's another one.
What was that? It was something ice.
Bud Ice.
No. Is it Milwaukee Ice? No.
They got a lot of ice ones now.
No, I'm talking about back in the day.
Oh. Oof. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You remember the cigarette commercials on TV?
Sure.
Now you don't even see them in magazines. You don't need to though, because they sell so much. You don't have to advertise it.
Once in a while, I'll see one like in a Guns and Ammo magazine, but not often.
Well, yeah. I'm sitting there looking at some of these old vintage cans.
That's what I'm looking at. The guy's got a.
There's the Billy One Duke.
Gazillion. Ice House, that had high alcohol content too.
Foster's Lager.
Schlitz Malt Lager. Yeah, I remember that, Jan.
Hams was another one.
Well, this dude's got some collection.
Oh, my dad used to like Miller Genuine Draft. I don't even know if they still have it anymore. Well, you remember when people could smoke in McDonald's?
You could
and
smoke
Burger King and stuff like that?
Smoke in any restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even on an airplane.
Yeah. What was it? Twilight Zone. Captain Kirk.
Yeah.
He's sitting there smoking on the airplane.
Yeah, and that thing was out on the wing throwing metal shards into the engine.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I think Stephen King redid that.
Yeah.
Episode.
Yeah.
That was with John Lithgow. He was playing the same character Kirk did, or Shatner did. Gold-colored aluminum ashtrays. I remember the glass gold-colored ones. Aluminum, yeah.
The little aluminum ones. Those are worth money now.
Yeah.
I seen a Pizza Hut one at the antique place for $20. I'm like, dang! I wish I had kept all those. Because you just take them with you because they throw them in the trash. It's easier to throw them in the trash than clean the fresh ones. A lot of those ashtrays, the big glass ones.
Yeah.
Well, I've got one up here. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Oh, never mind. It's got a bunch of junk in it. I'm not going to dump it. I've got those out there who smoke. Do you remember, like Marble used to have the little, where you collect the points and stuff?
Yeah.
And the same thing with Camel. Used to collect the items and stuff. Yeah. I still have some of the stuff because my wife used to smoke Camel Lights or something, like I forget what it was. And she would, I got like golf balls and some ashtrays and stuff that has the Camel stuff on it.
Yeah, it was like collecting green stamps.
Oh, who remembers when you could win pop from looking at the bottom of the cap of your pop?
Yeah.
Why don't they do things like that anymore? Now you have to have an app to scan things. That way you give all your information to win an item. Yeah, the lighters. Yeah, I've got those. I've got the Camel one and the Marble ones, and the ashtrays. I've got them still in the boxes still.
I've got the perfect answer to that, and I'll probably use this often. You said, why don't they put that game under the bottle caps anymore? I wrote this down because I found it very poignant. It says, if we all switch to cursive and stick shift cars, we could cripple entire generations. Let's like make them use common sense instead of an app. I thought that was wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah, they used to have one here. It was a little building that you go set in that in a year's time, the glass turned yellow from the people would come out to smoke in there. It had an ashtray and everything. And you would go in and close the door, and the whole you couldn't see people in there because it turned all yellow and brown. And they decided, this is not healthy. We need no smoking on the premises at all. So now when somebody in the hospital over here smokes, they go all the way on the opposite end of the block, and there's like a fire hydrant out there, and everybody sits right there and smokes. At a certain time, you'll drive by and there'll be like 5 or 10 people out there smoking right around that fire hydrant.
Yeah,
I remember Roses, Zayers, places like that. You could smoke in there while you were shopping, and had restaurants in there at the time. Now you want to talk about restaurants that you could smoke in? If you remember correctly, in order to get to a non-smoking area, you had to walk through the smoking area.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing you never hear anymore. Smoking or non-smoking.
right.
When you go to the restaurant. And I remember when you could go to the store, well, me being a guy, without a t-shirt on or shoes. I could walk into a store and go grocery shopping, and nobody say anything about not wearing a shirt or shoes.
Same here.
And then they made the rule, and I never understood why they did this. No shirt, no shoes, no service thing.
Yeah.
Everybody started doing that, and you couldn't go in a place without a shirt or shoes on.
Because too many liberals back then. I'll put it like that.
But what was the purpose?
Normally, people that would come in with no shirt, no shoes on, I hate to say it like this, didn't take baths. And when they raised their arms up, about knock you out.
Could be.
I don't know about that.
Oh, down here, yeah.
Yeah, because now my dad used to say it was the women's right thing. Well, if men can go in a store with no shirt on, women should be able to do that too.
Hey, back then I was all for that. Mom and Daddy could never keep me in the house. You saw that too, huh?
Well, yeah, if they're, and I was like talking about like Circle K or something like that, but not where they were fixing food and stuff.
That'd be a little different.
Yeah. Because when I was a kid, I didn't wear shoes. And I could run through gravel and never stop a beat.
Well, that's the same here. I could walk on the asphalt and it wouldn't bother me. You know.
Well, yeah, you got that southern asphalt out there that's nice and cool.
Yeah, cool my foot.
You go to Arizona and see the difference.
No, thank you. I don't have to go. I'll put it there.
Well, the thing is, it wasn't the asphalt that was bad in Arizona. It's them little sticker things that would stick in your feet, and they wouldn't. And the thing is, they wouldn't stick in the bottom of your foot. They would stick on the side, and that's where the tender spot was.
Do you remember when, I forget which year it was, it got so hot that it was mandatory if you was going to drive, do it at nighttime, because roads were so hot it was busting the tires on the vehicles.
Well, that's during traffic. Because
the quality of the tire and the rubber back then were garbage.
Real cheap,
yeah.
But still, for back then, and it to get that hot that it busts the tires, that's hot.
Oh yeah. That's why so many cars broke down on the highway, because it was, you get 100, 110, 115 degrees out there, and all that heat from the vehicles and just sitting there and going really slow.
Yeah.
Oh man. And we'll look at you don't see, and I don't remember too many. Of course, there's always potholes, but not that many were in Phoenix area, Arizona. You would get some here and there that they just didn't fix the roads or anything. It'd just be dirt or something.
Yeah.
But you come back here, and then winter hits, and then you get that first day that's over 70 degrees, and it's raining, and then potholes just all over the place because the asphalt falls out and just crumbles.
Well, I'm going to put it to you like this. Around the corner here, where I live, there is a crater hole. I'll put it like this. Okay. I'm going to go buy a flower. One of these here plastic flowers that last forever. I'm going to take 2 5-gallon buckets of dirt, and I'm going to fill that hole up and stick a flower in it.
Well, in this town, we still have roads that have bricks, and we don't have potholes. Yeah. It's very uneven, but there's no holes.
I got that out in front of my house.
Yeah.
Ain't that a crying shame, though? They built roads back then than they do now.
Although it is quite slick when you get ice and stuff on it.
Well, I mean,
because it is brick.
Stay home.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need to be going out in that stuff to begin with.
Well, according to the school here, it doesn't matter. Kids have to go to school. That's why in the state of Ohio, there's so many places that if it just sprinkles snow, no school today.
Yeah.
We're the only county that we had the less, I don't know nowadays, but when my kids were going to school, we had less snow days than anybody in the whole state of Ohio.
Really?
Because they want that money. Because if it's a snow day, they don't get paid. Well, they do get paid for 5 days. Anything over that, they don't get paid for it.
Okay.
And that's the thing that needs to change on schools is that money. They care more about that money than the students.
Well, now let me bring something else up. I've been thinking about this. It's been quite a few years I've thought about this. When they build a new school, why don't they put a basement in it for bad weather? Well, I'm talking about tornadoes, okay?
Yeah.
Or windstorms or something like that.
Ours have them
Yeah.
in the city here. I don't know about anywhere else, but the high school has it. The middle schools and the 2 schools that used to be, actually 3 schools, because we have a school close here that has basements. All the schools here in this city had basements, and the new one they just built does.
Yeah.
And that's, every Wednesday we get the tornado sirens go off. And that's where you go, where the high school is.
Yeah.
If there's a tornado, but 90% of the houses here all have basements. So,
well, see, I can understand that, but down here, it's like they don't want you to have basements, anything like that. They don't even want you to have a fireplace. The insurance companies won't cover you. You got a fireplace. Stupid rule.
Yeah.
But the basement
costs more if you got a wood stove or if you heat with a wood stove or a fireplace.
Yeah, well, because you're taking money away from other people.
Yeah.
But, you get a school with a basement, go ahead, take the youngins to school. They're going to be safer there than they would be at home, where if something does happen, they got no cover. And I will bet you just about anything. You get a youngin who is at home, got a tornado coming through, they're not going to know where to go.
Well, depends on the youngin.
True. Now there are
my kids know if there's bad weather where you go. Yeah. There'd be times when it was storming and stuff and wind and stuff, and they'd run down and we need to go to the basement. We need to go to the basement. And I said, that's okay. Not saying I know exactly when tornadoes happen or anything, but I've been in a few. So
I have to.
There's something that happens when a tornado and my ears pop.
What is the barometer, humidity, something like that, all drop.
And anytime that happens, or I get pressure in the head or something like that, because I've felt it before, I'll say, "Whoa, let's go." The last time we went down the basement and we had a tornado here. It didn't quite make it up the hill or anything. It just took out some places outside of town, but I could feel it.
Well, now, last tornado that I saw, we were sitting on the front porch and we watched it go by.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it wasn't where we were, but we could hear it. That's how close it was. And we live in a mobile home.
When we just had this big windstorm that came through, we went out. Me and my son actually walked at the park. Was walking around. It was nice and peaceful out. There was nobody out, and
I can't
probably not the safest thing because there was branches flying here and there. But you know, I'd rather go out them times because there's nobody out.
I mean, now I'm like this right here. So was my wife, my daughter, my whole family's like this. When it comes a real bad thunderstorm or whatever, dude, I raise the blinds, open the curtains, and open the doors. I want to see it.
Oh, yeah. I love that. That's so relaxing to windstorm, rainstorm, thunderstorm. Yeah. It doesn't bother me. I'll sit out there and watch it.
Well, I'll take that back.
The best thing is if you live in a trailer, when it's pouring down raining, that put me to sleep.
Or if you live in a trailer and a windstorm comes, that'll rock me to sleep. You know, but I reckon it's how you're raised. You either fear it or you don't. Now, it is a good thing to fear a thunderstorm, but you can fear it and respect it at the same time.
Yeah, I would say respect more than fear, because fear
gets killed.
Yeah. And, you know, fear is almost as bad as stupidity. I hate using that word, but there's a lot of it nowadays. Oh, man. And every time I go to a store, it's the same thing, and it irritates me to death because I wouldn't say I was, except for my grandpa, being around my grandpa, but I think I'm assuming most people respected him, but they more or less feared him, but because he was a big guy. He, like, if somebody's walking across, you're driving and somebody's walking across the street, you let them go, and they say thank you, and you wave back, you know, you're welcome, you know, type thing.
Throw your hand.
You let somebody go by you, they don't even look your way, and it's like, snobby people, you know, don't recognize when somebody, or hold the door open for that matter. You open the door and let somebody go by and they don't say nothing. I don't know if it was the last 6 years I said, you know, during the sickness thing, that people got completely disconnected from being a human. You can't say it's just young people, because you see it in all ages.
Yeah.
Go to Walmart and you know, the crosswalk area, and you let people come in and out of the store. Not one person says thank you or anything. They expect you to stop because they are more important than you are.
Yeah.
No matter if there's a crosswalk there or, down the block to where they just walk in front of you because they're better than you, or across any part of the street or something, or hold the door open for somebody or anything. It's just nobody has any respect or anything. And they're, like I said, everybody's in their own little bubble, and anything outside of that bubble, they don't see, they don't hear. You get people that will have a conversation in the middle of an aisle, and you walk up to them expecting, let me go through, and they don't. They look at you and they keep talking, and you say, "Excuse me, can I get through here?" And they keep talking.
Yeah.
I try really hard to be nice sometimes, or I'll even turn around and go the other way. But sometimes I'm not in that mood, and I'll just mow that cart down. And if they're in that way, they're in that way. I don't like being, getting angry, but sometimes, and then they'll freak out and scream, "Oh my God, what do you do? What do you do that for? All you had to do is ask." Yeah, like 4 times.
What gets me, and I've done it, my wife has hit me quite a few times for saying this. For people, and I'll say it out loud, for people who don't know what road rage is, let them grab a cart and go to Walmart. And the people standing there talking will look at me, and then it's like they'll move a couple of steps to the hell around the other damn way.
Yeah, they'll give you this much room when your cart is like that big.
And you want to talk about opening doors and everything? I saw a commercial one time where the guy was coming out of a convenience store. He held the door open for this girl. She didn't say nothing. He grabbed her, pulled her back outside, and shut the door and walked off. But
yeah, and I don't like being the person, back in my day, we did this back in my day, and it's kind of, I don't want to sound like my dad or grandpa or something like that, but and I don't like saying, well, every generation has this, but I remember as a kid, thank you, you're welcome, yes sir, no ma'am. We grew up saying that, because if not, back of the head, what'd you say? If you didn't, somebody give you something and you didn't say thank you, oh boy, you didn't want to be that person. So we grew up that way. Now all of a sudden it's a thank you, or nobody says that stuff. I mean, how hard is it to, if somebody lets you, they stop and out of their time and let you go across the street, and how hard is it saying thank you? But the thing is, people are getting used to it. I think that's the issue. People are getting used to it, and it's starting to rub off, and everybody's forgetting, manners and, respect and all that stuff.
What's manners anymore?
Yeah.
I think still to this day, what scares me more than anything else, and I've seen this, at Walmart, up toward the front, you got cars that fly by. I ain't talking about doing a couple miles an hour.
Yeah.
And you got these doors. Who's to say a kid is not going to get away from their parent or whatever and run out the road?
Get away from their parents.
Yeah,
the kids rule their parents. That's the, oh man. You know, kids screaming because he didn't get this candy bar or something.
You let me scream with my mama going grocery shopping and my daddy there. That was the last time I screamed for a long time.
Yeah. Or the kid didn't want to get in the cart, and oh boy. And you hear the kid through the whole store and nothing's done, you know. Or it's, here, play this game on my phone.
Yeah.
And then the kid shuts up.
Hell, we didn't have games
because that kid is now the parent, because it gets away with everything, and it rules the parent. Because anytime, all I have to do is cry, and that, you know, that parent gives them whatever they want.
Well, back then, the only game we played is guess which hand I'm going to get smacked with if I bust out.
Well, you know, it wasn't even that. It was like, if you did something wrong, the first thing you did is look at your parent, and then you would see their face. Whoop, straighten up. I'm good. You know, you get that look.
Yeah, I had that look with both of my young'uns. You know, I looked at them, they hush up or bust out. Why? My daughter was good. You know, she act like she was being murdered. I never touched her yet. But that's hard to believe. What punishment may work on one youngin will not work on the other youngin.
Oh yeah.
I found that out. Dana, you never really lived. Yeah. I am still to this day, I am the type that walks that fine line of breaking rules or not.
Yeah, right, Dana. You were probably an ornery little girl.
Mischievous as hell.
Yeah, with that kick that she does that knocks people 500 feet or 500 miles. Yeah, I could just see her.
Oops. That's why I put her on the lead up there at Florida-Georgia line.
Now, I've got to admit, I very seldom got caught, but that didn't stop me from doing it. How many people, Bushcraft, Eric, or anybody in the room, how many people can honestly say they have never had a DWI or has been arrested?
I've been arrested. I've never had a DWI though.
Well, I can honestly say I am one of them ones.
Never been arrested?
Never been arrested, never had a DWI.
Okay.
Now, I've been taken to the police station, but they didn't arrest me.
Okay, Jeff, you see my icon there, the border collie with the flag?
I meant nothing.
Exactly. That's what you got to read. Admit nothing.
I remember, and this was in Phoenix. The down on Van Buren, I think it was, or Central.
Boulevard.
I had got arrested for fighting, and I had to spend the weekend, and I got released, and where you pick up all your items and stuff before you get out. I actually got in a fight getting my stuff and got arrested and put back in. I didn't even get out the door, and I already got arrested again. I had a very, very, very short fuse back then.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Grace says she was detained.
there's a difference.
I got to think about that one. Were you in Jersey or were you in New York, Grace? There's a difference.
Now, I came home drunk as a skunk. My daddy took me to the police station. I was underage to buy beer, okay, to buy alcohol. The cops kept asking me, where'd you get it from? I said, I ain't going to tell you. And they said, we ain't going to let you go. And I said, that's fine. I got no problem with that. He said, why won't you tell me where you got it from and you can leave? And I said, because I'm planning on getting drunk next weekend. And if I tell you, he went out of the room and I heard him laughing out in the hall. And about an hour later, they come back in and let me go. I never did tell them where I got it. And the bad thing about it was a block from the police station where I was buying my beer.
I never had trouble in my hometown that I grew up in because my great uncle was the chief of police back in the day.
Yeah.
In small towns, I never did get any trouble.
Nah, everyone was first name basis.
Now I've been in
big cities. That's where I always got in trouble.
Grace was in Brooklyn. Okay.
Dude, when you got an uncle that's a chief of police, you can get away with a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, great uncle before my time. Yeah.
Grace, this is Wednesday. This is not Comedy Central.
Right. I was
Friday.
Thank you for the reminder, Bushcraft. I don't know if I can do it or not.
Okay. Grayson about as innocent as I am, so that's
all you people who's been waiting to hear me do this. Oh, there you go. I hope I made y'all's night. Now,
I am the Mac Daddy of Heimlich County. I play it straight up, yo. You get the hell out of my hood.
Hold on. Heimlich or Heimlich maneuver?
Heimlich.
Okay. I'll leave it alone.
Yeah, I should make that my next thumbnail.
Grace in handcuffs.
I was innocent.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait. Was this just one day? It says was.
I've been in handcuffs, but I've never been arrested.
You can be detained and be in handcuffs for their safety.
Yeah.
Well, she said I was detained at that time.
I'm going to have to delve into this a little deeper. After the stream, I'll get it out of her sooner or later. Cops just saw my cute, innocent face. Now I know it's a bunch of. Hey Jeff, you got a shovel? It's getting deep in here.
Yeah. Right now, Grace's nose is way out here like this.
Yeah. She
I got
won
2 or 3 of them.
4 Pinocchios tonight, Grace. It's a major award.
Hey. You know she's laughing.
I hope so.
Oh.
All right, let me see if there's anybody live.
I hope
wow. There's nobody live.
Oh, Lord.
Huh.
That's crazy.
Well,
everyone's going to bed early tonight. That's okay.
Yeah. Well, I was going to try to find somewhere to send you guys, but
that's a nice way of putting it.
Well, are you going to do your gaming channel tonight? Send us there.
I don't know. I still got to fix something to eat.
You got to just make yourself a bunch of beef jerky and leave it in a big jar up on the computer table there.
The beef jerky is expensive.
Another
yourself.
Plus, I'd have to make it with no sugar too, because I'm back on carnivore now.
That's about 12 commercials, maybe more. Oh,
but I'll be back Friday.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of a good day for. I'll probably do Mondays on the cooking channel, and then Wednesday and Friday over here. See how things go. Yeah, I was surprised yesterday. I did 10 levels in less than 2 hours.
Cool.
Jennifer said,
I will take mine. Actually, I want a double burger. I want it medium rare, so I want pink in it, and I want bacon. I want caramelized onions. I want real cheddar cheese, lettuce, tomato on a toasted bun with mayonnaise and ketchup.
I would have to. I made corned beef and fried cabbage. That's all I made for yesterday for St. Patrick's Day. And I have to say I make the best fried cabbage that there. It was so good. Oh.
Wait a minute. I got to address something here. Purple 101. His wife just told him that if he's got to be more like me or out. I'm going to tell you right now, this is me. And y'all can say what you want. I am the boss of my house. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah, that's just like Grace being innocent.
But wait a minute. But when the wife comes home, I go, yes, dear.
Right. When the cast iron comes out, you're not the boss.
That's right. 101, if I want a damn good night's sleep, I get the wife pissed off at me so I can sleep on the couch.
You've never had fried cab?
Oh my God. You've got to be kidding me.
Oh man, that's
Fry you up about 3 pieces of bacon.
Hey, Heroic. What's up, brother?
Hey, stranger.
Leave the grease in there and
oh yeah.
Oh Lord, put you some cabbage, turn it down on medium high.
Yeah.
You know, and just let it go. I usually fry mine for about an hour or so.
Dave is the boss when I'm at home. Hi.
That's right.
Oh, where are you going? Make up your mind.
Kitty, kitty, kitty.
Yeah, and it's when you're doing corned beef or because I slow cooked it in the Instapot, so the broth at the end of the frying, I put a couple scoops of the broth in there and let it steam. Oh man,
Right. Pepper says
nothing better.
that AI cat almost fooled me, Bushcraft.
Grace, the only reason I said that because Dixie's in the bed asleep.
Fried cat. I
Fried
didn't
cabbage.
know we were eating Chinese tonight.
You know it's real bad when you walk into a Chinese restaurant.
That's right.
Here.
Cat fried rice, poker fried rice, and cat fried rice.
I used to have a ringtone.
Oh no!
Oh Lord!
You did.
And I didn't answer it because I left the phone on there, and I was up there getting a plate full, and all of a sudden, meow, meow.
My ringtone is.
Everybody got up. Everybody's head popped up, looking around for the cat.
What got me to laughing so hard, I almost wet my pants. I was at McDonald's. You remember beepers back in the day?
Pagers?
Yeah, pagers. Well, when they went off, they beep. I was standing in line. My pager went off, and a little 10-year-old hollered out, "Fat man backing up." Oh, Lordy.
I had a cat, Goku, that did. He would say, when it was time to eat, he would go, "I love you, I love you." He would say, "I love you" when it was time to eat.
That's the only time they love you, is when it's time to eat.
Yeah, I would say my cats rule this house because, yeah, the way they are. He was already over here, being in front of the camera.
I think the last time I had it been about 15 years.
To send a text, they wouldn't. Oh boy.
Trust me, when we go to sleep at night, them cats get on the telephone. They get
Here
on.
comes another one.
Yep.
That's nuts.
And when we go to the store, something like that, that's when they call the friends over.
Or to get up on your chest and lay there and suck the life out of your nose.
Oh, I have two cats that sleep on my chest.
Yeah.
You know, I love cats to death. Don't get me wrong, but there's got to be something between me and that cat. And something else I cannot stand is for a cat to walk across my kitchen table or on my kitchen counter. That's two things I cannot stand.
Yeah, they're not allowed up there.
Yeah. Especially if they just came out of the litter box.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, really.
I always clean my counters before I do anything. Even though the counter's clean, I still always clean them.
Well, same here.
It's just a force of habit because you got flies in the summertime, and old houses, they got dust that falls down all the time.
Look, let me ask you this. How many times has people in chat remember their mamas cleaning the sinks out with Comet or Ajax before they wash the dishes?
Oh, yeah.
Or before they cooked? Prepper, really?
You know, Prepper, you can buy one of them $300 boxes that cleans itself. It's got like a metal rack that goes back and forth. And a pull-out tray for all the baby Ruths that drop down.
If I used one, it would break.
Oh, here we go. I found somebody's live. It's the title is Paranormal Tea Time with Nicole and Stephanie, Haunted Hotels. And I've actually had her up and did an interview, Nicole.
Okay.
So it'll be a good channel to go check out. Tell them I sent you over. And that way, at least I can have you guys going over to somewhere, not a dead end.
It's called a coffin.
You just read that. I was going to call your attention.
He's going to get two. Yeah, they might run a BOGO there, Prepper.
Brian at the Vineyard Farmhouse is live. That's what Jennifer's saying.
Yeah, I don't see it on mine. Only one I've seen is, it just says 94 minutes. Started streaming 94 minutes ago.
Huh. Maybe
that don't make sense. Well, maybe not. Let me go refresh this. Okay, evidently. Oh, that's creepy. Never mind. They're not live right now. It said live.
Oh, well.
I didn't see it before. Yeah.
No, we could always go look for a horror movie on cable.
Yeah. Well, Bushcraft, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go ahead and hop down.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to call it here. At 10. A little over, but oh well.
Oh, what? About 8 minutes over?
Yeah.
Hour and 8 minutes.
But I'll be back here Friday. I don't know if I'll do game night or not, but we'll see.
Hey, Jeff, doesn't that taste better going down?
What this go round?
You didn't hear me.
Yeah, I did.
But you guys have a good night. Thanks everybody for hanging out, and we will catch you on the next one.
Yep. Have a good evening.
Out.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Thank you. YouTube, don't copyright this. I made it.